Ukraine says Russia has launched its largest drone attack of the war so far. I feel like we're saying that each and every week. The country's Air Force reports Russia fired a record 728 drones, as well as 13 missiles in this massive overnight barrage. CBS News foreign correspondent Ramy Inocencio has reported from Ukraine many times and is following this for us from our London newsroom. Ramy, good to see you once again today. Tell us more about this massive overnight attack. Like I said, it's almost every week the Russian attacks get bigger.
Errol, you're absolutely right. This time last week, we were talking about a record number of drones, around 500 fired in one night. Now we're talking something on the order of more than 700. We also know that this most recent attack is widespread across the country. Nearly half of all of Ukraine's 24 regions or oblasts are reporting some kind of damage, as far east as Kharkiv, near the Russian border, as far west as the city of Lutsk. That's about 500 miles away, and notably near the border with Poland and to the north, Belarus. Poland, importantly, a NATO member, remember, Poland even had to scramble aircraft in case it had to protect its own airspace. But Lutsk is in the center of this attack. That's according to President Vladimir Zelensky. It has airfields that the army uses, and it's not unusual, we understand, to see fighter jets flying over the city. The mayor said that buildings were hit, and we're seeing the aftermath there of firemen trying to put out some fires, but no injuries, thankfully, or no deaths. The governor also said that they recorded something like 50 Russian drones or missiles that entered its airspace. But Vladimir Zelensky again pushing back, saying that he wants more sanctions on Russian oil exports because that is where they get most of their money from in order to fund the war effort.
Yeah, Zelensky doing what he can to get more resources. Ramy Inocencio with the latest. Thank you, Ramy.
You bet.
President Trump is ramping up criticism of Russian President Vladimir Putin and says he is now very strongly considering a new sanctions bill. Listen to something that we don't often hear. Strong language from Trump for the Russian leader.
I don't know. We get a lot of bullshit thrown at us by Putin. For you want to know the truth. He's very nice all the time, but it turns out to be meaningless.
CBS News correspondent Natalie is at the White House tracking all of this. Good morning to you again, Natalie. What is behind this apparent change of heart and tone from the president?
Hi, Errol. Well, the president has now acknowledged that ending this conflict is more difficult than anticipated. It's something that he's wanted to do since entering office for a second time. And the president has gone from saying he thinks Putin wants peace to now saying he's very unhappy and disappointed with him, especially as Putin continues to strike, populated cities in Ukraine with civilians in the crossfire. Now, President Trump also says he's approved more weapons shipments or continued weapons shipments to Ukraine so the country can defend itself. This after, the Pentagon paused shipments that were in the pipeline last week, saying it was part of a broader review. The president indicating that he didn't know who approved that, and also saying yesterday during his cabinet meeting that defense contractors need to speed up the timeline of manufacturing this military equipment.
All right, Natalie Brand with the latest on that headline. Thank you.